You're standing in the room. Everyone around you is talking, laughing, filling the air with sound. Nobody notices you go quiet, not on the outside. You still nod. You still hold eye contact. Your face still does everything a face is supposed to do. But something behind your eyes has already left the building. Psychologists have a name for what you just did. It's not checking out. It's not being rude. It's a specific kind of internal shutdown, and once you understand what actually triggers it, you'll realize you've been running it on purpose for years. Most people call this being antisocial, cold, hard to reach. Here's what's actually happening. Sign 1, the switch is real, not imagined. People assume when you go quiet mid-room, something's wrong. That you're bored, annoyed, checked out because of something they said. From the outside, there's no visible difference between disengagement and disinterest. That reading isn't crazy. Roy Baumeister's research on self-regulation, published in Psychological Science in 1998, found that maintaining social performance tracking faces, managing tone, staying on, draws on a finite cognitive resource, the same one used for willpower. That switch isn't confusion. It's your system pulling a resource back before it runs out. Sign 2, you're not antisocial. You're overclocked. You've probably been told you don't like people. That's not quite accurate. Most of the time you like them fine. What you don't like is the volume, the noise, the overlapping conversations, the sensory load of a full room. And that reaction is real. You're not being difficult on purpose. Psychologist Elaine Aron's research on sensory processing sensitivity found that roughly 15 to 20% of people process environmental and social input more deeply than average. The same room that's background noise to someone else is a full data stream to you. Your brain isn't malfunctioning in a crowd. It's running a higher resolution version of the same input. One man learned this at a holiday dinner he'd hosted for years. Halfway through dessert, still smiling, he went somewhere else entirely. His sister leaned over, "You still there?" He said 4 words without missing a beat. "Yeah, recharging with my eyes open." Nobody at that table called it rude. They just finally had a name for something they'd watched him do for a decade. Sign 3, it's a skill, not a failure. People call it aloof, distant, hard to warm up to. And if they're reading your energy in that moment, they're reading it correctly. You are less available right then. That part isn't in your head. Susan Cain's research on temperament, detailed in quiet, found that people differ in optimal arousal levels. Some regulate by reducing input, not increasing it. The switch isn't withdrawal from caring. It's calibration. Most people manage overstimulation by talking louder. You manage it by turning something down. Same goal, different gear. Sign 4, the switch has a way back. Here's the part people miss when they diagnose you as shut down. You always come back. 10 minutes later, you're re-engaged, present, functioning like nothing happened. That return is the whole point, and most people never clock it. Neuroscientist Stephen Porges, whose polyvagal theory reshaped how researchers understand the nervous system, mapped out something specific. The body doesn't just have on and off. It has a graded system: full social engagement, guarded withdrawal, and total shutdown. And moving between them is a controlled function, not a collapse. What you're running isn't a crash. It's a downshift with a return path built in. You were never gone. You were idling. Here's the question worth sitting with. Is this switch something you built on purpose, a tool you control, or a habit that formed because staying fully present, fully open cost you too much once, a long time ago? Both look identical from the outside. Only you know which one is actually running. If you're a man, you've probably never been given permission to run this switch out loud. Being on, responsive, engaged, leading the room gets treated like a baseline expectation, not a choice. So you learned to fake full presence while the switch did its work underneath, and nobody ever told you that was allowed. If this is the first time someone explained the mechanism instead of just the diagnosis, follow for more on the psychology of quiet intensity. You didn't disappear from that room tonight. You just turned the dial down before something blew out. Which sign did you recognize first, the switch itself or the moment someone called it rude? Drop it in the comments. And if you know someone who does this quietly and gets misread for it, send them this.